Today, God says, you may feel as though everything is too much for you to handle right now. There are a lot of things happening simultaneously, and life is changing. These changes that you are going through are not just a random occurrence, rather, they are the ones that are meant to happen to you. They are essential steps that you must take in order to achieve your goals. God is letting you know that you are currently being silently monitored by those who are harboring extremely nefarious and harmful intentions toward you through the use of CCTV camera systems. This person has taken extraordinary precautions to ensure that they remain utterly concealed while simultaneously keeping a watchful eye on your daily routines, including your comings and goings, in a perplexingly calculated way. What makes this situation even more unsettling is the fact that this person is connected to your previous life and the experiences you previously had. Therefore, in addition to having information about your current patterns and whereabouts, it is highly likely that they have extensive insider knowledge about your history, vulnerabilities, and personal background. They are able to scrutinize you and strike you when you are at your most vulnerable, utilizing the element of surprise that is bolstered by insights into what might catch you completely off guard. This is because they have already embedded themselves with such familiarity. Despite the fact that the full extent of their persistent motivations for wanting to bring you harm is still unknown, the revelations of God confirm that their plans are active and rapidly escalating. Simply revealing this terrifying reality is sure to set off a wave of fear, panic, and feelings of complete and utter vulnerability within you. These emotions are completely justified. Being essentially hunted by a mysterious assailant who possesses such a high level of advantageous information about your life is the kind of psychological horror that the majority of people would find to be completely debilitating. It feels as though your most fundamental senses of safety, security, and self-sovereignty have been violated. However, despite the fact that when viewed from a human, earthly perspective, these unanticipated circumstances may appear to be extremely dire, God does not want you to completely give in to your worries or the worst-case scenarios. You are being asked to find strength by remaining anchored in faith that these trespassers will not be successful in manifesting harm against you. This is despite the fact that they are employing cunning efforts to do so. It is important to understand that the divine forces of love, light, and infinite wisdom are far more powerful than any temporal, linear schemes of negativity that a human being who is misguided could attempt to set into motion. Despite the fact that their actions are carried out in the midst of darkness, arrogance, and a lack of spiritual awareness, God and the heavenly realms continue to be ever-present and all-knowing. They are able to avoid such attacks before they reach certain low-density points. This perpetrator's heinous plans are unable to gain traction because the divine essence of who you are at your core is thoroughly protected, guarded, and continually guided towards your highest actualization path by eternal grace. This cosmic insight is clear when viewed from the panoramic vantage point of God, who is able to see all potential timelines playing out. The sanctity of your being will be violated in any way, whether it be physically, emotionally, or spiritually, and any attempt to do so will be unsuccessful in gaining energetic traction. When they come into contact with the radiant light codes that are constantly being transmitted into your sphere of existence by the Source of God, their malicious agenda is rendered null and void. In other words, no malicious human interference could ever be able to outmaneuver the all-knowing orchestrations that God has already set up in order to protect you from harm. Make sure that your sovereignty is maintained, and make sure that your entire destiny is fulfilled during this lifetime. You are being forced to stand fully grounded in your divine light and to trust in powers that are much more immense than what can be perceived by the ego mind. This situation is being allowed to arise as part of yet another initiation process. However, you should continue to be proactive and take practical actions to reinforce excellent safety, privacy, and preventative security measures. During this time, God encourages you to do whatever you feel is intuitively guided to actively strengthen appropriate boundaries and protections for yourself. He encourages you to do whatever you feel makes the most sense. At the end of the day, it is up to you to ensure that you do not give in to paranoia, react out of fear, or perceive yourself as a helpless victim of obscured physical forces while you are in this temporary phase. Because any levels of fear or hopelessness that you choose to align yourself with will only serve to give momentum to the negativity that is already present and spreading outward from you. Instead, God reveals that the most prudent course of action is to view this as a challenge from a place of empowerment and spiritual enlightenment, one that is founded on your unwavering faith in divine technology and principalities that are significantly more powerful than the petty technologies and deceptions of misguided humans. Keep moving forward, firmly rooted in the light that is most a part of you, beautiful one. With angelic forces working tirelessly to overcome any conflict that could disrupt the beauty of your sacred life's journey, God is seriously protecting you through every perceived interference. He is taking this protection very seriously. Continue to walk in that divine assurance throughout your life. No temporary human games could ever overshadow your eternally victorious soul. Kindly type Amen in order to receive the blessings of God.